GaryVee or Tony Robbins?
Oof. They're such different people for very different reasons.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch more GaryVee,
Mhm.
but I probably resonate with more Tony Robbins.
Okay.
But GaryVee creates more like now with NFTs and metaverse and kind of
Yeah.
future trends. It's just interesting
Yeah.
to hear his opinion. Tony Robbins, I think, solves something the world desperately needs, which is self belief and hope and joy
Mhm.
and forgiveness and all of this stuff that's super important. So I say the combination is deadly. But I probably vibe with Tony Robbins more. I think I'm more that person in real life.
That's good. That's good. That was very good. And I think I'm gonna repeat this and I'm gonna collect on but you did really, really well. I think you were set. But guys, in nowhere, shape, or form, I leaked any of this information to Dan in advance. So this was all done in one setting, and Dan was hearing these questions for the very first time. So just letting you know. And now, looking at what we've uncovered so far with Dan is, things like rapid fire. We've discussed his story. We've discussed facing the line. We've discussed start now, start simple. Now we're moving to another interesting round. It's called the interesting stuff. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. I'm going to ask you a question, and you're going to try
Hmm.
and pick up from very interesting stories from your experiences. So I'm going to first ask you, what is one of the most interesting questions that you've been asked on stage?
It's probably terrible, but I don't think I've ever been asked an interesting question. I think I've only been asked predictable questions so far.
Mhm.
Um, Nothing stands out.
Okay, so I'm going to throw one towards you right now. So next time somebody asks you this question, you're going to say, so Dan, you get a call from Elon Musk, and he says that
Mm,
we have now established our very first base in Mars, and I am hosting
mm,
a conference with myself and a few fellow investors for
mm.
something that we want to do for the future of Mars. What would
Okay.
your pitch be?
My pitch, but he's called me. So why do I have to pitch to him if he has
So
called me?
so he has called you for your idea. So he is someone that has done
Ah,
the part of getting to Mars, getting that venture and the small base done. He doesn't know how to entertain his audiences. I know that he already has somebody that does his planning for him. So you're now the planner. I will tag Elon Musk on this. So it should be a really good pitch.
I would say ultimately, if the vision is as big as Elon wants to make it, and I do believe that he's going to get there because he has all the risk taking appetite, the funds, and just the self drive to do that at any cost, then I believe it's about one, building community, which is part entertainment, part education. So
Mhm.
it's really important to mix the two together with some experiences that get people excited and not fearful about the future and about technology and about life on Mars. Second, I would say that we should use it to test and pilot the most exciting new things. Let's not think planet Earth replicated on planet Mars. Let's completely rethink everything on how we do things. This is a clean slate. And so I would say get every young entrepreneur, college student, anyone that is unrestricted, unhindered in their thinking to come and be part of completely redesigning what the future looks like. I mean, completely. And so that would be my second is who gets invited. So we answered what we do. The second is who we do that with. And finally, I would say when yes, we should obviously do a massive launch, but I would also pitch to him that we should do a weekly town hall, virtual in the metaverse, where we get people together and just get great ideas and great concepts and put them through some accelerators and give them some funding. But let's make this a weekly conversation, not just a one off conversation about the future of life on Mars. That would be my
Um,
pitch.
Amazing.
And of course, I'd bring my band. So it would have a lot of
Amazing stuff.
fun.
Elon, if you're listening, the Boring Company needs this kind of work, okay? We're not just launching empty rockets without any ambition. We're talking about something that needs to be done. Mission should be more in depth. And I think you should definitely get in touch with Dan. Dan, it was also a powerful but a very beautiful answer. The way you said that we're starting with a clean slate, I think that was very powerful. And I think this is something that a lot of the younger generation gets the fault for, should not be, because they have gotten the world in the state that they have, and most of the time it is them being blamed for, look, there are people that are doing this or doing that, or they're overbuying or something. They didn't create any of this. I think they have been solving a lot of things very creatively. We have some very talented people around, and that becomes like the perfect segue for another interesting subject. It's what is one of the most interesting projects that you've seen some youngsters work on in the last 12 months?
There's so many interesting things. I've seen everything from making food
Mhm.
out of air. That's true. I've seen some really great ideas around climate change and what we can do to solve that. I've seen some really beautiful ideas around logistics and improving. I mean, I was pitched an idea just yesterday on Amazon packages. I mean, who hasn't received a big box from Amazon with endless amounts of plastic and cardboard and air
Yeah.
for a very small actual product? And I saw some kind of statistic that almost half of a truck is just air and packaging. It's not even, items. And so what they did is customize packaging. So I'm actually in a very fortunate position as an investor and as someone in part of accelerators to hear really great ideas. Plus, I'm in college. And so at my university, we do a lot of deep tech technology, and it's really, really, really interesting. So yeah, I mean, those are just some of it. Obviously, the things in the metaverse right now are really interesting as well, although it's certainly a bubble, but it's just interesting to hear what could be done possibly.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's so much, so much. This is a great time to be an entrepreneur. There's so much to be created and developed and
Yeah.
explored.
And it's something one of my mentors keeps saying, like, if you're not part of the solution, you're actually part of the problem.
Mhm,
So it's
mhm.
either one way or the other. And guys, if you know the solution to something, the world is your oyster. There's never lack of investment. There's never lack of opportunity. It's just the idea that you need to pitch needs to be valuable. Last segment, Dan, and then we're gonna close towards it. And this will be my buddy, the cards. So you're gonna pick one option. So we
Okay.
have six options. You can skip one, but you have to pick one card from each segment. One is entrepreneurship, one is random,
Okay.
one is the
Uh-huh.
future, one is the past,
Uh-huh.
and then we have self
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
relationships. So pick
Yeah.
anyone to start with.
Woo. Let's start with self.
So let's start with self. So over to the self card. Mhm.
Pick a hard one. Don't make them easy.
Nice. Then the words that describe you. I think this is very simple. It was supposed to be the hard one, but I think these are going to be some things that
Yeah.
we're very sure of. Words that describe DanRam.
I would say positive, energetic, loving, a leader.
Mhm. That's great. And then moving on to the next segment.
Mhm.
That will be
Sorry, keep going. We had some internet issues, but we're back.
no problem. So the future or the past? Next segment. Which one do you pick?
I'm going to go with future.
Let's pick up the future. Where do you want to travel in the next 5 years?
Really want to go to Japan. I'm fascinated by Japan and also South America because that's where my sister lives.
Mm-hmm. That is great. And after the future, do you want to travel back to the past?
Sure, let's do past.
Reasons you are where you Reasons you are not where you wanted to be. This is a question from the past.
Um, Mistakes that I've made in my life,
Mhm.
uh, failures to persevere, and quitting too early. I'd say these are some of the reasons that there are some areas of emptiness or loss in my life, is probably
Mhm.
one of these two things.
Yeah, okay. Then now comes the last two from the three. So we have random, entrepreneurship, and relationship. Which two do you pick?
Random and entrepreneurship.
So let's pick up random and entrepreneurship. Let's start with random. Products you use every day.
Well, the phone is probably the object I get used the most.
Mhm.
Second, I would say is my laptop and my gear around the laptop. So I guess a lot of techie stuff. I don't know how to cook, so really no kitchen items get ever used. Although I'm a big fan of our coffee machine and our carbonator for the water. And other objects that I use, probably the basketball. Yeah, those are.
Nice, nice, nice. Thanks to my buddy. I think this deck actually really helped me close this session on a very high because the last question is also one of the best lessons that took you the longest to learn.
Oh, wow. That is a good question. That's deep as well. I guess it's the ones that I'm still learning because, I've been with myself for 35 years now. And yeah, I would say this is more on the personal level, but the lessons that took long to learn are super fundamental. Like when I say it, I think people are going to be like, that makes sense, Dan, but for me, it didn't. So, one, um, you don't need people to compliment or approve your work. I think for a long time, especially being born to Asian parents, I really felt that my work needed to be noticed or to be celebrated or approved. Like I never studied for myself, I studied for my parents' approval. I never went to piano classes because I personally was passionate about it. It was just because my parents paid for it and they forced me to go. And it took me a very long time to learn to do things just for myself and not for others to notice or celebrate it or to approve of it. Second, accomplishments do not define you. At the end of the day, I need to go to bed and be comfortable with myself. At the end of the day, I got to wake up and look in the mirror and be happy about the man I see on the other side. And these have nothing to do with accomplishment. So that would be the second thing. I'd say the third thing is that I am loved even when I don't feel it. As a single person going through life, sometimes it's easy to look at married couples or partners or lovers and go, oh, they are loved. But actually, I have great friends and community, and people notice what I'm doing, and they care for me, even if they are not in a relationship with me. And it took me a long time also to know that I am loved even when I don't feel it or receive it. But people do love me. So I'd say those are like two or three things that have taken me a very, very long term time to learn.
Wow, very powerful, Dan. Thanks for that. I believe these are very honest and powerful answers, and I think everybody for everybody there's like a lot of lesson to learn because look, even born to Asian parents, I think this is the last point I resonate did last 2 points I resonated a lot because I think a lot of us are doing stuff on a daily basis, but we're
Mhm.
looking for the outside world to give us the liking, the acknowledgement, the self check-in rather than just saying to yourself that you did it for yourself. You're taking steps on a
Yes.
daily basis to go out and face your biggest, I would say, fears, and that is what you're doing for
A
yourself.
lion.
Yeah, you're facing your lions on a daily basis. But Dan, thank you very much for this amazing conversation on Monday night. I know that it has been valuable for myself and all the audience members. I am super glad that you did take time. I know you're super busy and you're also launching multiple new programs. Would you like to also tell my audience on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube about your new program and how they can get connected with you?
I love serving people. I am not in this for me. I love seeing people grow and develop. I love celebrating people as they win, and that is genuine. If you follow me on social media, you know that. When you DM me, you receive a response directly from me, not a bot, not an assistant. And yes, I have a team, and yes, they're busy and active, but I respond to every single person. I leave voice notes, I send messages. People ask me all kind of questions like how to find my purpose, how to improve my public speaking, and I give them all personal responses. I genuinely am meant to help people because I'm here on the shoulders of people that supported me. And if I can be that for you, I will. And there's a couple ways I do that. One, follow me on social media. Just look up Dan Ram or at I am Dan Ram. I'm on everything, including TikTok recently. So you can find me there as well. And this is one way to get in touch with me. And I really mean get in touch. Don't just watch me, like engage, like comment, DM me, share the stuff, because I actually connect with people there and I will pick up a conversation with you. You don't have to do anything to impress me or prove yourself or have a great idea. Just say hi and we'll start conversing. The second thing is I love like actually meeting people. And obviously we can't do that in a pandemic in real life. So I just every other Thursday do a mastermind where we have a group of people that want to develop in their speaking skills, want to develop in their negotiation, communication, body language, expressions, articulation, creativity. These are all super important at work and at home. And so I do a session that is paid, but I thought, you know what? Why not? I do one session for free where I pay for it. So each session is usually €100. And so this is my €100 gift to whoever is interested. Is I'll pay for you to join my session totally for free. And we're going to learn in 60 minutes how to look and feel 10 times more confident. Like I'm not only interested in you looking and fake it till you make it. I actually want you to feel it. I'm going to unlock that for you. And I just need 60 minutes. And it's super simple. All these things you just find on my website, iamdanram.com. If you want this €100 voucher for the free mastermind, just look up iamdanram.com/mastermind. And there should also be a button on the website that says that. So, and if all else fails, write to me and I'll personally send you a link and guide you through it. But I'd like to meet you, and whoever has been listening for the last hour and participated, thank you for being a part of the conversation. And thank you for supporting this OnPoint podcast and conversation. And yes, if I can support you in your journey, please do reach out.
Thanks a lot for this, Dan. It has been my honor. It has been a humble pleasure to host you again, get connected with you, and also join you. And hopefully, I will want you to come back when we've hit our 100 podcast. We're a long way away from that, but my goal is to achieve that the end of 2022. And I wanted you to be one of the pillars of starting on this mission. And because it is on the philosophy of starting now, starting simple, and then I'm gonna get you invited back and finish our year on the high. So thanks a lot for all the people that have connected, for Absar, Huntsman, Rajat, Abhijit, Saad, all the people that have commented. I'm gonna post this after this on all our multimedia channels. Stay connected, stay blessed, take care of yourself. Bye.
Breaking the rules, I don't need you, I got my own bag. I ain't afraid, baby, I'm